Is there a way for me to listen to the albums that I already own in physical media format and become someone who is actually engaging with their collection instead of just a collector? Let's find out in this video. Greetings and welcome to Pretty Little Pastimes. One of my favorite pastimes is music, and I have been collecting physical media music, so vinyl, cassette, and CDs. But as I've learned with other pretty little pastimes that I like, sometimes you can easily become a collector instead of actually enjoying your collection. So, to try to fix that, I want to make a TBP jar, and this is off of people making TBR jars for reading, to read books on their shelf. So, I have this mug here. It's like a very oversized mug where I'm going to place different prompts for May, for things to listen to in May. And depending on what prompts I pull, then I will need to pull one of my physical music media items to fulfill that prompt for the month of May. So I'm going to use these pretty pieces of paper. So this is butterflies. I think it's butterflies, but art is open to interpretation. And then May, because I thought these are kind of May themed. They give me May vibes. And then I've got some sparkly pins here. So I'm going to be cutting the paper into little slivers and then writing prompts on them. And then I will pull from the jar and then pull from my collection to help me consciously play things that I already own. And this will, I think, bring me joy and dopamine because I will feel like I am spinning and playing the stuff that I own instead of turning into just a collector, because you can always say, oh, I'll do it tomorrow, or get the new shiny object syndrome where it's like, ooh, this new album is new, but these prompts will hopefully help me to dig into my collection and pick things that maybe I have been overlooking or weren't on my radar to play soon. And I think doing that will help me feel better about collecting the physical music media. So I'm going to go to the printer and get a print off. So I am using some prompts from my head and then some from ChatGPT to give me like a list, and I'll pick some from those. And I'm going to go get a list that I printed off from upstairs, and then I'll pick some prompts from the list, write them down, and put them in the jar. And then I will head to my spaces to pick some options that match the prompts. Okay, so I have scissors now too. So this is exciting because I definitely needed scissors. So I've got my prompts printed off and my scissors. It's time to make some music. Some music magic, magic music. Again, this is an idea that I have adopted from BookTube because I see a lot of booktubers using different methods to pick their reads for the month. So I thought that it was a great idea to incorporate into music. So let's do it. Okay, so I cut the pieces and they are definitely not the same size. But it's okay. Done is better than perfect. What is funny though is I actually found like a paper slicer. It's in my car. I'm just not feeling like running out to my car to get it. Anyway, so we have sliced the pieces that we'll use, and I am actually really digging these patterns together, how they contrast each other, just the randomness of them together as patterns. I really like it. So we've got the butterflies and the florals mixing. And now I'm trying to decide if I want to write the prompts on top because the markers that I'm using are pretty strong and they should be able to be boldly seen on top of the patterns or if I should write it on the back. Hmm. Decisions, decisions. So, plot twist, the prompts from ChatGPT kind of are bad. Shocker. So I've pulled some that I like from it and now I will write them down. And now I need to decide, am I writing on the let's write on the pattern. Why not? So we're going to write on the pattern. So I'll write the ones that I liked from ChatGPT and then I will have to go hunt for more inspiration or come up with my own. Depends on how hard I want to work my brain. My brain is it's asleep, but let's start with some prompts that I did actually like. So play an album from an artist you only own one item from. That's going to be the first prompt. So let me pick a pen. This pink is speaking to me. That's a very long sentence. Let's write it out. Okay, I had to improvise, so I cut some of the prompt paper and then used that to make additional prompt scraps. So I have quite a bit here, and I'm not going to tell you what all of the prompts are, or should I? I don't know. I was going to let it be a surprise when I draw them, but I don't think I'm going to draw them all. So this is for May, so I said I just kind of freestyled and then Googled ones for books. Okay, so artist is a mom, deluxe album, one word title, a new to me artist, although that says and, that doesn't make sense. It's supposed to say a new to me artist, an artist whose first or last name starts with M. Listen to an album with a floral cover, an album with M in the title, an album involving animals, an unlistened to LP, an artist over 40 years old, an album with the sun. Listen to a soundtrack, and then those were some of the ChatGPT generated ones that we already discussed. So I think what I will do, I will fold them all up. I may add some more in there, and then I'm going to put them in the TBR jar, and then I will draw from the TBR jar. I think I'm going to draw up to 10 because this should span all of my music mediums. So vinyl, cassettes, and CDs. And I can work from home some days. And when I do that, I usually do play music on my boombox, which is CDs or cassettes. And those days, like that's an 8 hour work day. So I can definitely play some music or several albums on those days. All the same, I do want to give myself wiggle room and freedom to kind of just listen to whatever I want to. So I think 10 is a good number. I may drop that to 8. We'll see. I'll count how many I have total and then base it off of that. All right. So I will sign off for now.